Following on from my previous 𝗕𝗓 protocol video, we can see that this trade idea would have been absolutely fantastic. This is the idea of trading a breakout. We had this one with basically a closed candle above the trend line, stop loss just below the trend line, and fantastic profit. Risk reward ratio approximately 8.26 and would have been fantastic returns alongside some decent leverage. Guys, today we are going to be jumping into the world of 𝗕𝗓 protocol, reviewing what's been going on with the price action and where I think things are heading next. Let's roll that intro and get right down into it. Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video update. And today we are of course jumping down into the world of 𝗕𝗓. Now, obviously in our previous video, we're talking about the potential for a breakout and we wanted to kind of trade that breakout. Now, this is one of those things where, you know, I love breakout trading, right? Breakout or breakdown, doesn't really matter which way, you know, it kind of goes as long as you're on the right side of it. I think last time we were kind of talking about it, we were talking about this one here, but we didn't have a good strong closed candle above the $4.62.5, just a wick. We saw the breakdown back to the 200 EMA, and then we got this closed candle right here. So we would have entered on this candle right here, and we would have put the stop loss down a little bit lower. Okay, then we would have had our take profit sat up quite nicely. This would have been about 3.88 risk reward ratio, basically meaning that we would have earned $3.88 for every $1 of risk. And of course, that goes without using leverage. If you use leverage, that's going to multiply your gains as well as multiplying any potential losses. And of course, if I were to be leverage-based trading, I'm going to be trading on 𝗕𝗬𝗬𝗬𝗬. 𝗕𝗬𝗬𝗬𝗬 is my go-to platform for all of my leverage-based trades. If you haven't yet signed up to 𝗕𝗬𝗬𝗬𝗬, there is an affiliate link in the description down below. Why not check it out? And if you are new to the platform, you are eligible for up to $30,000 of rewards, depending on how much you deposit and trade on the platform. Don't get me wrong, there are terms and conditions associated with that. And of course, not all countries and jurisdictions are eligible. So do make sure you follow those terms and conditions on their website if you are interested in signing up to 𝗕𝗬𝗬𝗬𝗬. Now, let's jump back down into the charts here, right? Obviously, trading cryptocurrency is incredibly risky, right? And you do run the risk of losing your entire capital. And there's plenty of resources available on 𝗕𝗬𝗬𝗬's website or down in our Discord server to help you understand some of the terminologies and kind of how to do these things. But this would have been a fantastic trade opportunity. I love trading breakouts. I love trading breakdowns because they really do get some volatility behind them. I'm going to remove this for now and we're going to review what's been going on, right? So we're talking about this expected move to the upside here. Why? Because we had higher highs and higher lows, yes, and we were testing the trend line. We also had a lot of potential for a rally to the upside. Now, Bitcoin tested its previous all-time high, and we did see 𝗕𝗓 protocol here drop down 25.55% before this launch to the upside. Okay, this move to the upside has been fantastic with a 74.11% if you were able to get in on the 200 EMA, which is another way of kind of actually looking at trading this would have been to find good support on the 200 EMA. What we could have done is gone long from down here, right, going long on the 200 EMA, stop loss below our trend line here, assuming it was going to hold, and then just testing out the previous trend line high. And if we actually followed this with a stop loss that just, or take profit that just kept growing with it, we could have ridden this all the way up there. And the risk reward ratio would have been absolutely insane. About 17.69 on the risk reward tolerance level. Would have been fantastic to also grab that bottom there on the 200 EMA. The 200 EMA, for anyone who wants to know, is basically your trend filter. You're either going to find support on this or rejection on this, right? And you can see this time and time again. No closed positions here. A little bit of volatility on this bit, and then you saw this breakdown here. Okay, we then tried to get back above, we failed, and this is the start of our trend line here that we were tracking, and then obviously moving back down. Once we kind of get good closed positions above, and we are looking for, in this particular case, 2 green closed candles consecutively, and then we kind of get that breakout. And again, you can see the retest of our low trend line here and the 200 EMA before launching. You can really test and trade the 200 EMA quite nicely time and time again. Okay, so what's really interesting about the price action for NEAR is how it has rallied the way that it has done most recently. Let's go ahead and scale this up to our daily time frame here, just so you can kind of see the scale of where NEAR currently sits and this most recent move. Taking a look at this, we have now kind of, because we've gone past, let me find it right here, the $4.62.5 in a really nice strong way. This is now a clean breakout situation, right? Previous area of resistance, which would have been coming in, let me find, I've moved that in the wrong place. Let's go ahead and pull that over here. If we actually draw this on so you guys can see, this is the previous area of resistance, $4.30.1 to $4.62.5, and this is a clean break of it. Now we might be looking for a bit of a correction back down to turn that previous area of resistance into support so that we can run again. I think that would be an interesting level, but we also have to take into consideration on the daily time frame here that we haven't really had any major corrections on this move to the upside. The first correction that we saw was this one right down here, bringing us back down to 246, and where we are right now is basically in that next big move upwards. And I think what we can do is we could probably push up a bit more before we actually collapse down. Which I do think is an inevitability. Now let's take a look at our daily stochastics. Here we can see plenty of room to the downside, but we are still above the mid-level, and I wouldn't be surprised if we start to see a little bit of a mini lift. Take this to the 4-hour time frame. We're still correcting. We're almost at the well, just under the halfway level, and we still can see a little bit more potential to the downside there. There's the divergence indicator here, guys, the relative strength index, also sitting pretty high, but no divergence with price, so I'm not too concerned there. I'll take it down to the hourly, and we'll just take a quick look here. Okay, there is some bearish divergence on the 1-hour time frame. Let's go ahead and bring up our price action here as well. Let's get these things reviewed next to each other. And yeah, we are probably still looking at that playing out. Hidden bullish divergence here didn't really play out. By the looks of it, the bearish has taken over. Okay, cool. So on our 1-hour time frame, I would say that, yeah, we're looking to probably be retesting the trend line to the downside, and we'll probably be looking at trying to get a breakout situation here, or sorry, a breakdown situation, I think, on the smaller time frame. We're looking at, you see, on the 50 SMA, that's the yellow line, and the 50 EMA just here. This is probably going to be where we'll try to find support. Unlikely, in my opinion, to find it, but we'll hopefully see if we can. If we can, then we might be looking for a breakout of this descending wedge. And again, like I said earlier, right, that's how we trade it. We'll wait for closed positions above the trend line here and tight stop loss inside and break out to the double top. 4.48 risk reward ratio, or likewise we get that breakdown close below the 50 EMA there, stop loss back inside there, and target down on our 200 EMA, risk reward ratio 5.21. Okay, so it doesn't matter which direction this goes, right? All we're looking for is confirmation by finding those closed positions either above the trend line or below the 50 EMA on the 1-hour time frame. And that's all going to basically build up into our 4-hour still correcting down potentially here. So I'll be looking at this as the potential worry. Now, for anyone who has an eager eye, this could be a bit of a bullish flag. I just think it's still got some time to play out, as in we still look for a little bit further to the downside before we start to rally. In fact, let me actually go ahead and bring the volume profiles in. Here you can see the very standard definition of a bullish flag. Basically, the pole, that's this big move to the upside here, has a large volume associated with it. And then we have the lower highs and the lower lows coming in with decreasing volumes, and that there would be the flag. This is bullish, and we would see a breakout of this to the upside. I think we're going to just coil up a little bit more. Once we get that closed position above on the trend line here, then we can be really bullish about going into those long positions, in my opinion, for NEAR protocol. So everything is actually kind of coming along quite nicely. I think this is a great breakout that we've seen so far. It was a great way to kind of trade this one and see the progression to the upside that we have. And yeah, I'm looking forward to what happens next here for NEAR. I do hold NEAR in the portfolio, so it's great to see some real good gains being made there. Guys, why don't you check out this video right here, where I'm also discussing what is going on with Chainlink. Some interesting developments over there as well.